So our first contribution to the Archaeology Guild, and the first thing we're kind of doing on leagues now. So I thought it was worthwhile doing the Archaeology tutorial first, because then we can have access to the skill, and then I will have some access to some AFKing. But welcome to my RuneScape Leagues series on Meep 272, where the goal for this series is for us to have some fun with the Leagues concept, get good at PVMing, to then bring that into the main game and get some more experience with at least the higher tier bosses anyway. So if you haven't seen any of my videos before, make sure to go check the channel out, subscribe for more videos as well. We'll be doing a daily series for RuneScape Leagues, where I'll be uploading my progress on this account, where we're going to try and get the top dragon rank. If you have not seen my video on the first impressions of logging on leagues, where I picked my first relic, which is the excavator, I'll make sure to put it in the corner of the video for you guys to go and check out as well. But the first thing we've pretty much done, and we've picked up some league points while doing this as well, is doing archaeology. Archaeology, I think, will be a very important skill for this account for leagues, mainly because of how heavily AFK it is, how good the relics sort of work for the archaeology as well. Having the auto screener from the off is going to be pretty massive. And just because I'm going to be editing these videos on a daily basis, it's just going to give me the ability to just have an AFK to always fall back on and to progress with as well. And I do think the archaeology relics will come into hand later on in this as well. So what we're going to be doing in this first video is just doing a couple of the nice little early things. So we've got the archaeology book and the archaeology things done now as well. So we'll always have a decent teleport towards a bank, as well as teleports to the dig sites as well, which can help us get around Gillinor a little bit as well. Another little thing I'm going to be doing is getting things like the Wicked Hood. I'm going to be unlocking all these standard lodestones as well, just to improve how quickly we can move around the map as well. And then it's time to be farming those league points. So I don't want to be sat at tier 1 for too long. I think the rushing of the tiers is going to be the best play to start with, because the sooner your tiers are leveled up, the quicker you can then get access to the better XP and also the better relics, which will make gameplay even better. So I'm just going to do a few quality of life things to help maneuver around the game a little bit easier. And then after that, we'll look at what we can do to push quickly into the higher tiers as well. But yeah, so this is the first clip. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. Thank you guys for watching through so far. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this and enjoy this journey as well. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, please check out the channel. We do loads of money making videos, AFK bossing, and just other stuff as well, with a regular sort of video, which we call Market Watch, every week, where we look through price rises and price falls on the Runescape free grand exchange. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to start hunting down some lodestones. When it's time to go and start farming those points, we'll come back and we'll start working from there. So there we go, in turn, and plus 10 on the old league task points as well. So I'm pretty sure they're doing the lodestones is going to get some points, but there is a nice little thing to have anyway. So one of the quick tasks to do was to go and mine some tin and copper. I'm just about to go over and do the lodestone. So I've just done the first one on some tin, level 5 as well. So the XP rate is going to be pretty crazy for this. And the fact we've picked the mining relic as well means we're going to get some buffs on that as well. But just got that, and there are some easy points. We've smelted some bars. Oh, let's go and do that again. Wow, the XP is just flying. And I don't know from this perk, I don't know if I can check what the perks are as well. Total effects. I think it makes bars as well. Yes, bars are automatically smelted, so that's even nicer as well. So we've got a few things we can be doing here. Mine ore 200 times. Again, we'll do that in the AFK time when I'm doing things like editing and stuff. But we've done the copper ore. Let's just make sure I've done the tin ore 10 times as well, and then we'll get moving on to doing those lodestones. But again, these are easy tasks which will give you easy points. You can see here some people are already on adamant, so again, mining really quick. So level 18 mining, one more for the tin ore, and then that will do that as well. Yeah, there we go. So that's tin done as well. So let's go and do the lodestone. So we've already got Lumbridge unlocked, so we'll probably go from Fally to Tab and then Burthorpe, and then we can get things like the Wicked Hood as well. And again, I know some people would much prefer that you sort of jump in straight away and go and do the relics. I just think this is going to be easy for me. I do teleport around quite a lot, and I just think it would be a benefit as well. At some point, using the quest person here will be very handy for some GP, but for the time being, I'm just going to go and get those lodestones. So what I'll do, I'll come back when the lodestones are done, and then we'll start working on all the other stuff, and then hopefully get some more points for our first relic. We're already at 620, which is very nice. We only need 700 for that tier 2. So we'll come back very soon when it's time to get that relic. So while running between lodestones, here is a nice quick one. Just to pray at Banos remains, pray at the big goblin head, and I'll be 10 more points into the pot. So there we go, another 10 points. Oh, I thought 610 is how many I had. No, I've only got 130, so I need another 610 before we can hit that next rank. But in good news, we are crushing through all these lodestones. Again, it's a little task to do, but I think it will be one which will greatly benefit in the long run. It just means that when we decide to do things like quests and other stuff, we'll just be a lot better phase. And we've just got the ability to hop around. So we're going to go do Tav, Burthorpe next. And then we'll go and do, probably go from Lumbridge and then do things like Draenor and the rest of them as well. So yes, we are moving and trying to move quick. So Burthorpe only has one task, and that is going to be to do a lap of the agility course. Quite interesting, no daily challenges as well, which is, I thought they would have thrown them in, but we've got a couple of quests done as well, so maybe we can go and actually go and claim one of the dices. 40 quest points is what we've got, and I think it's every 25 you can get a dice, which will be good because it just gives us some starter cash. I'm going to run around this just so Burthorpe is then ticked off. Then we'll get a Wicked Hood, and then we'll go and do a Wicked Hood. Get a couple of runecrafting levels, because that will also be very nice, because that will give us a couple of points, because we'll get a couple of runecrafting levels, and then we'll go from there. I imagine these are the people who have gone for the agility boots in terms of their second relic, which I do think was a very good choice, because it's very good for early starter cash. I'm just a farmer. I will always go for the farming relic. And I think in terms of like herb lore, which will be later on down the line, it will be massively beneficial just to have those herbs and to be able to farm those herbs quite quick. I do need to find out where I'm going to go and get the herb seeds from. That is a bit of a problem where I'm not quite sure where I'm going to get those farming seeds from. Master Farmer is an idea. I could do Master Farmer. But yeah, I guess we'll see how we go. I wonder if auras are available. No auras. Wow. That's a very big sort of dramatic change to RuneScape 3. If you've not played RuneScape 3 before, auras are a pretty big thing. Auras really affect how you play games, especially with how Group Iron Man's brought the whole aura sort of system in. It just showed you how overpowered auras are. Now, if you're looking for a Wicked Hood, all you need to do is speak to Tan McGrubber, and he will give you a free Wicked Hood. And what this basically does is teleports you to an altar 2 times a day and gives you 100 free essence. So it's very handy if you want to teleport around, because some of the altar sort of spots are quite hard to get to at times. And it's just a free quick teleport if you ever did need it. And the fact you can do some runecrafting per day with it will be very, very nice. So we'll go and do that. So withdraw the essence. Let's see how many runecrafting levels we'll get. We'll get to level 5, which is nice. 10, not too bad. So we've done all of those runes. I think we earned a little reward for doing some runes as well. Yes, plus 30 on the task completed. That's nice. Level 13 runecrafting as well. So yeah, that's those things ticked off. So let's have a look. So let's go and claim a free clue scroll. Then we'll go and do some iron. And while we're doing some iron as well, that will power level our smithing and mining as well. So I'll probably mine up to like level 30 just to get a little bit of XP from that. And then what I'm going to do is just going to do some of the simple tasks. Some of the easy stuff. Go back to Lumbridge. Lumbridge isn't as busy now, so I'll probably go there. We'll get our free clue scroll to start. There we go. We have our free clue scroll there. And what I'll probably do, all these things here, like total level, bronze item, mine clay, soft clay, all these basic stuff, I'm just going to go and hammer out one after another. So I'm going to go and do the iron first, because the iron will then give me access to some ores, and then some ores, I can do some bars. The bars are already smelted anyway. Do a bit of smithing, and we'll work from there. Look for teleport animation. I hope this comes into the main game, because this is very clean and very nice as well. So I'm going to go and AFK for a little bit, along with also like ticking off some easy stuff as well. And then I'll come back and update you guys on where we're currently sat, when we're at tier 2, what the plan is from tier 2, and what the plan is from future from there as well. But yeah, just going to do some mining, do some simple tasks, and then look at what's going to be next on the board. So from the off, because we've had quests unlocked for us, we can actually claim one of the rewards from the clue scroll person. So because we can do this, it means we have a chance at rolling in magical dice, which generally means we're going to go and get some GP from it as well. So let's see how we go from this. So we're going to roll the dice, and this is going to give us some cash. Yes, 250k and a green elegant skirt, which we'll definitely wear with us. But 250k is absolutely massive, and the fact is we're only 10 quest points away from like actually progressing that to another one. 250k is more than enough to start us off with some combat weapons and some sort of stuff as well, which is really nice. We've done our mining thing, so I'm going to start editing tonight's video. But what I'll probably do is just sit here and get some unlocks, like our first level 20, our first level 30, and all those other things as well. I will come back. We are going to finish though at 200 points, and we'll see where we get to before we make our next update. So big task there. 200 ores done. So we did some iron, and it got me to level 38 mining, which I'm just going to get to 40, which means when we get back to it, we can go and do things like adamant. What I like about iron, though, it gives you iron and steel bars as well, so that's really, really nice. 1,000 ore for the next one. We'll probably get that by the end of tonight because that's my plan of AFKing, which is pretty nice. But level 40, then I'm going to go and get a weapon. I'm going to go and buy an air staff from Zaf. After that, I'm going to mine some clay and make soft clay. And then I'm going to teleport to Lumby and just iron out all of their task systems, because people should have left Lumby by now and started to move on to other tasks. And I can just go and mop up some quick points and just work our way to that tier 2 milestone. So there we go, level 40 mining, medium task there as well, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to go, like I said, do some basic tasks, go and buy a staff from Zap, and then go and hammer out all the Lumby stuff and all the basic stuff. I'm hoping that'll give me like most of the 430 points I need left. So we'll come back once we're sort of in with it. I'll let you guys know what I've done and what's been good for points as well. So I think for the big part of the first sort of jump to tier 2, it's just sort of mopping up all of those sort of basic tasks, which aren't going to give you much problems. It's just while you're in Lumby, get them all cleared out so you don't have to go back and do them again. So here at Zap, I'm just going to buy a staff of air. Now I've been bankrolled by the clue dice. That is very nice. I'm going to use the Wicked Hood to teleport to the air altar because I am lazy and it's going to get me to clay a little bit quicker. And then I'll mop through Lumby, and then we'll go and do Vour Up because I'll be a little bit stronger because we've done a little bit of combat. And then after that, we'll look at things like Valley and other areas. At some point, we need to go to like Kappa and stuff like that, but we'll see where we stand. Also, that harpoon looks amazing, but the fishing one just wasn't worth it in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see. This is cold. So we moved the clay rocks a while ago. So here they are. There are the clay rocks which we were looking for. So that is nice. We'll make some soft clay afterwards. So we're going to go back to Lumbridge with our clay, although it's going to be in... So it's going to be in the mineral bank, but we'll get it out. And then we'll see what we need to do in terms of this. We need to select our spell. So we're going to also cast that. Right, so Lumbridge, here we go. So we need to smith a bronze item, make some soft clay, chop some trees. So we'll start with the tree ones, and then we'll start just chipping away at these level 10 ones. And we'll come back a little later on, let you guys know where we're currently sat. But a lot of progress at the minute, trying to sort of get to tier 2 as quick as possible, because the farming one will be really nice. We'll train Haldor up very quick. And yeah, basically trying to move as quick as we can through these early ranks. But this is going to be painful, but the good thing is now is that these trees don't disappear after one log. They've changed it to where you'll get multiple logs from your standard base trees if you are ever lucky enough to chop one. So this is going to be a little bit painful while I go and do some early level skills. We'll come back, we'll run through what we're currently going to be doing going forward. But from that 40 mining, I did get 14 smithing, which is very nice. We didn't even manage to get a tree, and that is painful. But yeah, I'll let you guys know where we're currently sat. I've done the tree there. I'll light some logs, and that is another little task. So we'll come back later on and I'll update you guys on what we're doing and what the plan is going forward. But for now, I'm just going to kind of go through some of these global ones. Really easy stuff. Just get them done. And if I can do all these global ones, that'll get me into tier 2. So I'm just going to go and hunt them out a little bit, and then I'll come back to you guys once we've made a little bit of progress and what the next plan is. So I have been busy, pretty much been running around Lumbridge, Varrock and Draenor completing tasks. And we are now going to unlock tier 2. So I'm just going to go note this tomato on the leprechaun. And yeah, there we go. Tier 2 unlocked. We'll go and pick our relic. We are going to go for Farming Frenzy. Basically because I'm an avid farming fan. Farming is my favourite skill. And some of these, the fact that seeds are instantly grown as soon as they're planted. Patches all of your trees with ultra compost. 20% chance of saving seeds as well. Especially because seeds, I think for the early game, are quite hard. And also herbs, seeds planted are at the max amount. So this is with the Garden of Valkyrie buff. You do not need 10 seeds to get the max amount. Just one will do it as well. So as you can see, 26 tasks left until we've completed the global easy stuff. We have flown through it, and just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of where we are stat-wise. That was 18 smithing as well, which is really, really nice. I didn't realise, just from the small stint of mining, which we did earlier on, we banked a lot of bars, and especially when we have the XP multiplier as well, we're going to be doing very, very well. So there's a few little easy tasks which we'll do on the way, so like eating a baked potato, listening to a musician, picking some wheat as well. So I'm going to go and travel to the Draenor farming patch because I believe you can buy seeds from the NPC there. So I'm going to go and see if I can go and buy some. I'm going to pick some wheat. Hopefully there's a range on the route as well so we can make that baked potato. Yeah, just keep chipping away at these different tasks and we will definitely get to where we want to be very, very soon. I'm going to go and prospect that clay rock as well, just because it means we can get that one ticked off. So we pick the wheat. We're going to go prospect this log when we can move. And yeah, we've got herb law, so I'm going to go to Tably as well. You can buy some herbs to start with from the shop, so that's nice. So if I just prospect that clay, there we go, 10 league points there, and we're starting to rack up. We're starting to float. So 4, 3, 2, 1, activate relic. So that's definitely a screenshot when we can get to that point again. Evil tree. If that's just a basic evil tree, I wonder if the XP will be any good. So 1.2k points until the next one. So yeah, we've got some stuff to be doing there. This is worth doing, I think. It seems to be relatively quick XP. Because if it's just like a base like evil tree, it seems to be pretty decent. So yeah, and we'll go back to the global stuff. So we need to get combat level, chop an oak tree. It seems like it's going up in like what we can do anyway. So yeah, with this evil tree, we'll get the level to be able to do oak as well, which is nice because we can get that ticked off. We'll get some loot from this. Hopefully we'll get something like a seed, whether it's something we can plant in like a farming patch. We shall see very, very quick. But I'll do this. I won't make you guys watch it. And yeah, what I'll probably do actually, because we've got tier 2, I'm going to round the video up there. Today has been a pretty big day, and I think it's going to be a pretty big video as well. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Again, it's a lot of easy stuff. I've tried not to hammer you with it because it's a lot of like ticking the box and doing the things. But I'm going to go and edit this video. I'm going to do a lot of AFKing. We'll come back tomorrow with game plan of what we want to do. Ideally, I'd like to be at tier 3 or tier 4, but we'll see just how much of a struggle that's going to be as well. We'll definitely need to go and start the combat side as well. So we'll add that on to the list. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope your leagues is going well. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you're planning. And thank you guys so much for joining this journey. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.